This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with SB Sports. We're here at the Climb Weigh-In and we're delighted to be joined with John Spencer. How are you, John?
I'm okay, mate. You okay?
Is it your first time in Belfast? I guess obviously Manchester, you're one of the Manchester lads in the circuit, aren't you? Pretty much Belfast a wee bit like Manchester, obviously. Josh will confirm he was over before, but is this your first time over fighting in Belfast?
First time fighting in Belfast, yeah.
I guess it's sort of that old cliche, isn't it? Have gloves will travel. But you obviously are new on the boxing circuit. You obviously made your debut in 2021. How you, 2022? I was trying to make it a year younger. How have you obviously found the pro circuit? You obviously know your role, obviously, I guess, within boxing. You're obviously sometimes happy to take maybe fights at later notice to get more money. Is that the case with sometimes with the journeyman?
I enjoy my job. I enjoy what I do. So if there's no work on a weekend and we get a message saying there's a fight there, I'm happy to take it. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it's one of them, isn't it? It's like, please give me it on the Friday morning, because you know.
Rubbing the hands together.
You know, there's more money on the table. But I guess you know your role. I'm not here to obviously slate you. And obviously the role you have, in boxing is paramount. And you know, boxers coming up, you know the role that you have, and I guess. In some ways, the role of a journeyman is probably even more scientific because you don't want to get knocked out. Because if you get knocked out, you have a 28-day ban and you can't fight. And obviously, you look at it as a revenue sort of stream as well. But that's an important part, isn't it? It's that science of, they say hit and not get hit. But your thing is you're going to get hit a few punches, but to make sure you don't get any concussive ones.
Yeah, it's basically keeping yourself out of like major harm's way. Obviously, it's a boxing match. You're going to get hit in the face. It's about limiting damage in it, looking after yourself.
Obviously, your role within amateur boxing then, because I know sometimes not every person that becomes a journeyman has boxed at a really good level. When did you sort of get into boxing? Did you do the amateur sort of thing, or was it?
I didn't do it. I had my first boxing match when I was 21.
You're 22 now?
I'm nearly 33. I'm getting old. No, it was unlicensed what I did, and then I moved from unlicensed. I did pro MMA, and then obviously I've come into pro boxing. I did a little bit of bare knuckle as well.
How did you find the bare knuckle? Obviously, do you know Marty Case? It's from here.
I know him,
He done a bare knuckle fight there. I think it was November, December, and he said never again. He says that's completely brutal.
I felt like it suited my style more. I had 2 British titles in bare knuckle. Yeah, it's different. It's different. These very skillful fighters, but most of the time they just men who want to have a fight. You know what I mean? Boxing's a little bit more technical.
I guess for you, in terms of obviously within boxing, it's legal in a way. The fact that you can go and have a fight with someone and the police aren't going to lift you, does that keep you out of trouble on the streets? Does it?
Yeah, obviously I'm not a kid anymore, you know what I mean, so I'd be out of trouble anyway, but I think it's the stress, you know, you've got normal life stress, aren't you? You can come, you can have a fight with another man, you can de-stress yourself, and you can go home with a smile on your face, like...
Well, a few pounds in your pocket as well.
Yeah.
You know, but are you obviously looking forward to obviously fighting here in Belfast tomorrow night? You're fighting Colin Murphy, who obviously is really good amateur, obviously really, really high-paced. You probably maybe studied him in some ways to see how you can sort of avoid danger, but... I guess you've seen sort of every style you've had over the last year, 28 fights you've had so far, so you've probably nearly seen every style.
Yeah, I had 27 in my first year. I've had 1 this year, the second one this year. I'm learning.
Do you want to be out as much as you possibly can? Obviously,
every week if we can.
You're not going to maybe go to the Seamus Devlin, obviously written breaking records in a sort of year, but are you sort of, I guess, the more times you get a fight, the more times you can put money back in your pocket?
Yeah, I want to try and do 30 this year. I did 27 last year, so I want to try and do 30 this year. And obviously, I want to reach the 100 mark. I want to be a centurion. So
Definitely, it's a major mark, isn't it? Everybody seems to be hitting it nowadays, though.
Yeah, that's that. Proper men.
I think everybody's sort of favourite the last couple of years has been Lewis Van Poch. Obviously, he's nearly a different rig. Like I remember, was he doing keepy ups and stuff in the ring and things like that? You know, coming out the football chance. But
this is the thing in it. So you see some journeymen and you'll think like, oh, he's rubbish. He's this and he's this and he's this, and then you'll see him on another day where he's switched on, and you're like, oh. Bloody hell, do you know what I mean? We're there to do a job, aren't we? And if Journeyman was going and knocking everyone out, the phone's not going to ring. Do you know what I mean? You're there to give new upcoming talent a hard night's work. You know what I mean? That's what we're there for, aren't we? So, yeah.
Yes. But listen, obviously, we promised we'd keep it short and sweet. I think just under 5 minutes isn't too bad, but obviously it's good to get an insight sometimes, obviously, in the guy in the opposite corner, because he's get disrespected so many times. They know that there's an actual person and you're there to do your job. But obviously enjoy tomorrow night. Obviously I hope you come through it safe and obviously in flying colours. And I'm sure we'll hopefully have you over here in Belfast again for more fights.
I hope so.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.